There are those who can move through deserted conditions while everyone else struggles to survive. And these people, they can carry heavy loads on their backs. They're able to walk with ease while, again, the rest of us struggle. And they can do this for extended periods of time because they have everything that they need. And they can even carry others to their destination. These are the characteristics of the camel, and there are entities and there are people that are like this. But before we look at who the camel is, we have to look at what these deserted conditions are so that we can understand how this is relevant in our everyday life. So there are three major deserts, I'll call them, in American society. One of them is financial, another would be family, and another is religion or spirituality. These are three major deserts that I can see very clearly here in the social life here. Um, so, what is a desert? What are we talking about, right? So, let's look at some of the similarities. It's always uncanny to me, and that's why I believe in it so much in terms of nature and the reality of human conduct, human behavior, and all of the similarities that are there. They're there for a reason. And at one time, we saw these things as signs from God. But as we've evolved with technology and other things, we've turned them into symbols and we've forgotten about them. But as I always say, everything that man has been blessed to advance in has come from nature. Every single thing. There isn't anything that hasn't. So why wouldn't we take the behavioral intelligence found in nature and see what the outcome is and see how it matches? And we've done it. I mean, we've done it throughout history, but we've forgotten, we've become arrogant, and we think we're not a part of it anymore. So let's look at these desert conditions. So one uh, is that there's no shade. It's just full sun, full heat. So if you could imagine being in an environment like that, it's gonna be a struggle. You're gonna be sweating. There's gonna be turmoil. You're gonna be tired. And this is one condition of the desert. So when we're talking about financially, I mean, we can see how as Americans we're working our behinds off. We spend most of our time at work. And by the time we get home, there's very little time for the children, very little time for anything else. We're obese. There's a lot going on because most of our time is spent at work and we're still not able to pay all of our bills. A lot of us are in debt. That's a desert, right? That's a desert condition, a deserted condition. In terms of family, I think this one's pretty clear. The breakdown of the family structure is just, being constantly searching for um, a good situation for your family, trying to find the right person, trying to find the right environment, the right school, the right culture to introduce your child to. It's a struggle here. There's so many concerns. So this is another deserted area where people in the masses are struggling um, to give their children the type of lifestyle that they need to be good human beings. That's a desert here in America. Another one would be with spirituality or religion. I mean, we see what's happening with that as well. We are fully exposed. Full sun is what I'm calling it. That's the metaphor. Fully exposed to the heat of um, religious understanding that we're not able to tap into. We just accepted it. Just kind of. I'm not sure how this applies to my everyday life, but I know this has got to be real because God said it's real. Um, whether it's harmful or not. I mean, we're kind of slow to re-examine these things, so we're just exposed to it, fully exposed to it. Another desert condition is not having water, nothing to quench your thirst, and really metaphorically, we're talking about having access to something that satisfies your immediate need, right? Your immediate need. So when we're looking financially, when you don't have money, you're going into further debt. It's not like you have a secret stash somewhere. Oh, let me just take a few dollars out of here, satisfy this until I can finish paying it off, or until I get my next paycheck, etc. No, we were going into debt. When it comes into family, being able to quench your thirst, your immediate needs in family life. Listen, guys, there is no substitute for a committed relationship in a structured family. So going out here and getting the side piece and all this stuff, that's not going to quench your immediate need. If anything, that's what would be referred to as boiling water or hot water. Something that's not, you can't just drink it. You gotta sip it, and it so you don't burn yourself while you're drinking it. I mean, it's not. And I think in American culture, we like to think that it is. I can just be with this person with no commitment, and you know what? That's going to quench my thirst. I'm going to be just fine. There is no substitute. I think anyone that's been married for a long period of time, and has learned to love someone for years, and get to know them on that type of level over that extended period of time will tell you the same. Um, and let's look at religion, spirituality, quenching your thirst. How many of us can go get a drink from the scripture? Just, I've got an issue. You know what? I'm parched. I need something to satisfy me right now. Go get it, open it up, and bam, you're good to go until next time. We don't use the book like that. You got this great book of all of this knowledge. This is part of the reason why I'm doing this. You know, um, there's so many animals and plants and elements and things in the scripture, and most of us don't understand what they mean. So we skip over it. We don't look at it. We act like it's not there. For those of us who are Muslim, we read about plants, animals, and all these things in the context. We have no idea what it's talking about, but we're still professing that we believe in it. And it's really time to start using your intellect to really dive in and see what you're saying you believe in. What else? You're talking about the desert. There's prickly plant growth, right? There's no life. You're in the desert. It's hot. You're parched and thirsty. There's no life except prickly plant life. Life that you got to harm yourself to be able to get something out of it. Um, Thorny life, I'll call it. And really, financially, yeah. So I need money. So I'm going to have to go get this 39% interest credit card in order to deal with my situation, because that's what's going on right now. That's a desert. That's a desert condition there. If you're talking about family, then I mean that this should be really simple. There's no need to think any further. The type of people that you're finding to date, when you're looking, I mean, these people, yeah, you get constantly getting hurt, lied to, mistreated, taken advantage of, only to move on to the next person. These type of people. Um, and then, when you're talking about religion, having to deal with, when you do start trying to examine your spirituality, and you have ideas, you do have a brain of your own. You bring those ideas, you don't get met with a friendly welcome unless it's something people have heard before. So then you're kind of in that stuck place where you're just like, you know, what am I going to do with my spirituality? And that's why a lot of people, have left religion. A lot of people are coming to religion, but what are they coming to? And are you going to welcome them with your kind, loving hug and emotion and things like that, but neglect them intellectually? And then when they come to you with these questions, or even solutions for you, you, you know, you're prickly. We'll put it that way. But yeah, these are all desert conditions. What else? The mirage. So with all of these things, the mirage is a desert condition where you're imagining circumstances, and dreaming about what you don't have. right? So in the desert, yeah, you're thinking about the water, the food you could eat if only you can get there and get out of this circumstance. Palm trees, whatever you put on TV. But that's real with all of these situations, family, again, spirituality, financially, you're sitting around thinking about, wow, if I can only make $100,000, or if I can only have someone in my life that cares about me, that I can have a family with, that's not going to lie and cheat. If I could only be involved in a religion that actually has a community that I can rely on, and find someone for my child to date or to be with, and to be able to have a decent healthy cultural life, um, for my children. And that's those are desert conditions. So this is the first part of, what I want to share with you about the camel. So, just before I go, just want to leave you with this. When you go back and you're reading your scripture, or you're seeing these symbols, that are animals, there's so much more to it, and you really need to be able to understand what it means. So this channel, that's what this channel is for. You want to find out about, nature, what, the deeper meanings, how it's relevant to everyday life. It's very satisfying, and for me, it keeps me in touch with my humanity, and the reality that I am a part of the universal reality, the plant life and the similarities that I have with it. And, the fact that we're eating from it, not just physically eating from and it becomes a part of us, but also intellectually eating from it and it becomes a part of us. So this is all such a beautiful world, and you don't want to miss that. So just tune in next time. We have another episode coming up on the camel.